Cuban with a twist. Today we're making 3 separate kinds of oatmeals. I got a great story about that. My tia would always ask me, do you want me to make you some quaker? And I was like, quaker? Quaker? That sounds terrible. I don't want quaker. And it was only years and years later that I opened up my cabinet and I see the Quaker Oats and I realized that what she was saying was Quaker, not quaker. So today we're making 3 different kinds of oatmeal using Quaker Oats. We're going to have one with fresh berries on it. We're going to make sort of like an apple pie kind of oatmeal. And then we're going to have one with fresh vanilla and vanilla sugar that we bought all of these great spices from Penzeys, which is a local company here in Wisconsin. So we're going to get started with the apple pie one because it's going to take a little bit longer. So I've chopped up some Granny Smith apples. It's right here, so we're going to throw it in. Okay. I've got 2 little cubes of Land O'Lakes margarine, which we're going to also put in, but I'm going to warm it up a little bit so it's softened. So I'm going to put that over here over the water, and that's just going to take a minute or 2. Okay. Now I'm going to use a different kind of thing. It's called apple crisp. Now you can make this almost like an apple pie to put over vanilla ice cream, but we're going to use it to put over our oatmeal today. Okay. Pretty sure that butter is probably ready, and it is. Little cubes. Just going to sort of blend it in with the apple pieces. And you don't need a lot, because depending on how many oatmeals you're going to make, so you don't want the apples to be overpowering. Okay, so to that we're going to add our mix. And really basically what this is, it's just brown sugar, flour mixed together, almost like a crumb kind of a topping. I put 1 spoonful in, mix it around. See, and get it so that the butter and everything is together. You don't want it to be a powder form anymore. So it's going to take a little bit of mixing. Now that everything's been mixed, you can see it's just, there's no more dry. We're going to put it inside of our pan that I have covered in a parchment paper, just so it won't stick to the aluminum. We're going to put all of the mix inside of the pan. Clean off your spoon. Top it. Yummy. Put it in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. 375. Okay? So now we're going to put this aside and we're going to get started on our other flavor. Well, now we're ready to actually make the oatmeal. So we're going to start off with a nice big deep dish. And I put a little tiny bit of butter, probably about just 1/4 of a stick. And I'm going to let that melt, and then I want to toast my wrung oats. Okay? So that's what I'm doing now. So I've got about 2.5 cups here. And I'm just going to toast it. I want to get some of that flavor out of those oats. Okay, so it's been about 5 or 6 minutes, so it's nice and toasty. And I'm going to use almond milk. You can use 2% whole milk, any kind of milk that you like, but I'm going to use almond milk because I'm lactose intolerant. So we're going to start off like this, adding the milk. And it's 2 cups for every 1 cup, okay? So it's going to take me a little bit of time, but we're going to do it like this. Now, really depending on how you like your oatmeal, if you like it a little bit more watery, if you like it a little bit thicker, that's how you're going to add your milk into it. And as you're cooking it, you can always add additional fluid. Okay, we're going to stir this around. We're going to let it come to a boil. And you're going to continue to stir this because it takes about 15 minutes or so to really make a nice oatmeal. So you don't want to walk away from this one. You don't want it to get burned. It's been about 15 minutes. Oatmeal is ready. We're going to add a little bit of sweetness to it because I don't really want to add too much flavor to it because we're going to top it with the flavors that we want, but it does need a little bit of sweetness. I love using the vanilla sugar from Penzeys. They got really great products. This place has got a fantastic vibe. I love the little cards that they put in. It's love people, cook them tasty food. I think it's fantastic. So we're going to start off with that. I put about 3 spoonfuls of the vanilla sugar. We're going to add it.
9 years, 125.
So I'm just going to stir it around.
It's nice. You'll see if you're doing price.
And then we'll be ready to plate our first oatmeal dish. I've gone ahead and plated our apple pie oatmeal. So as you can take a look, we've got the fresh oatmeal. We've got the fresh Granny Smith apple pie mixture put on top. Hopefully you enjoy this. We're going to go off next to our other one, which is our fruit covered. I've gone ahead and served the oatmeal already. I've just got some fresh fruit. I've got some strawberries and some blackberries. Just going to top it. You know, we're trying to create healthy choices for your breakfast menu. I love blackberries, especially when they're nice and juicy. Put that on top. Then we're going to drizzle it with a little bit of honey.
Question for you, Xylon, can you give me the breakdown on it?
There you go. This is our second oatmeal dish. It's a fresh fruit with fresh honey. So we're going to go ahead and put that here. Now the next one that we're making is going to be a little bit more intense, more difficult. We're going to put the cinnamon sticks inside of the remaining oatmeal so that the oatmeal can capture the flavor of the cinnamon. We're going to slice some fresh vanilla bean. So that'll be coming up next. Okay, for our last oatmeal, we're going to use fresh vanilla. Now this is another item that I was able to pick up at Penzeys. So I've taken the vanilla strips. I'm going to slice it in half. Okay. Open it up. And yes, you can use, vanilla that comes in a jar, but we're just going to try to make this one a little bit extra special. Okay? So when I open it up, I'm going to take the inside out. And that's what really gives you the flavor. I'm going to strip that out. And then we can use the carcass to flavor our sugar, to flavor your coffee. So it's nothing that's being wasted. So this little bit of vanilla we're going to add to a tiny bit of margarine that I have warming up. I'm going to put 2 spoons of brown sugar. Warm that up. Just try to get that melt the flavor in together. I'm going to add a tiny little sprinkle of the China cinnamon. The smell alone is fantastic. So we're going to sprinkle that in there, just enough to cover. Stir it around. We're going to let that simmer just for a minute or two. And then we're going to use it to top our last dish. Plated our last dish. We've got the brown sugar on top with a little cinnamon sticks for garnish. I'm going to go ahead and taste it. Fantastic. Thank you so much for watching our videos. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and watch us on syndicatednews.net. Thank you and have a great day.